Welcome back to our SIGNL4 new release series. Today we're going to go over the December 2024 SIGNL4 release and the items that were included in there. As you can see here, we have loaded up our SIGNL4 web portal on the left and our SIGNL4 mobile app on the right. And the first item we're going to cover is the new updates we did to the manual signal templates. So inside the web portal, if I click on the Send Signal button, this will bring us to our manual signal page, and here we have the option to create new templates or load up the already existing templates. And my user I'm currently logged into now is a global administrator, so he has access to all of these templates no matter what. However, we can see here I have loaded up another page with the Peter user, who is a user and only has access to certain templates and items inside of the web portal. So for this new option, what we've done is if I go ahead and edit my templates, and I'm actually going to go ahead and edit the weather template, we scroll down here, and what we have here is a new option down here that says who besides your admins, your global admins, which is my user, can access and use this template. And right now this is set to all users, but as an inclement weather alert for closing the offices for bad weather, we want this to have manager approval, so we're going to go ahead and make it so only managers can use this. So I'm going to choose the specific users option in the dropdown, and then I'm going to go ahead and select the Bruce user because he is a team administrator / manager, so he would be the one to create it and use the inclement weather for this team. So I'm going to select him, and then I'm going to go ahead and save this option, which because I'm zoomed in, I'm going to scroll over a little. Now, if I go back to my other user, the Peter user, and if I go ahead and refresh this page, we'll see that the inclement weather template has disappeared, meaning this user no longer has access to sending those inclement weather alerts. And this is the new option that we've just released, allowing you to set who can use these manual alert templates to limit their use and make sure that when approval is needed, only those users can send them out. Now, the other options we included in this release all have to do with our distribution rules and some new items inside those rules. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to our integrations tab, and I'm going to go into the distribution rules, and I'm going to change a couple items here. So first off, I'm going to open up my ConnectWise, and down here we have a couple of new options. We have a wait for multiple events, meaning I need to receive more than one of these events before an alert is actually created for this event. The next one down is what we call deduplication, meaning that if I receive multiple events for one alert, for the same alert, I will only create one alert within the given time frame of this deduplication setting. And then the final option we have is to wait for an auto close. So if a ticket comes in or an event comes in from a monitoring software, but that event is quickly closed or updated on the monitoring side, we can actually close the alert before it ever creates, meaning your users won't get alerted on something that is simple and was automatically closed without having them do any additional work. And this gives you a certain amount of time frame for that auto close event to come in before the alert is created. So if it comes in during this time frame, the alert will not be created, but if it comes in after this time frame, the alert will still get created and sent out to your users. So let's see these items in action. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the await auto close first because that makes the most sense for my ConnectWise options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a quick timer, just 2 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. So if I go over to my ConnectWise, and I have a new ticket created here, so if I go ahead and save this to send it in, I can go back to my SIGNL4, and if I go to the Events tab, we'll actually see that this new event came in, and it's awaiting the auto close, which means it's awaiting for those 2 minutes to see if it receives the auto close event. And if it does not receive it, then the alert will be created and sent out, but if it does, we will not receive the alert. And we can see that we haven't received the alert because we don't have any event status. And if I go to my signals page, we'll see that we have not received any alerts for that event. So next thing I want to do is if I go back into the ConnectWise ticket, and if I go ahead and close this ticket and save that and head back over here to my SIGNL4. So here we got the new event, which is the actual closure event, but we see the original event is now set to closed, and the alert was never actually created because we received it in time. If you receive the event and do not receive the auto close before whatever time we have set, then the alert will still get created and alert your team like we mentioned. And we can see that in action here as well. If I create a new service ticket, and then we'll see this new event come over to our SIGNL4, and then after 2 minutes we'll see the alert created. So let's go ahead and speed that up and see that in action. So we see here that now the 2 minutes have passed and we actually have an event state of signaled, meaning we've actually created an alert and sent it out to your team. And if we click on that link, it'll bring us to the alert itself. So we can see we've actually created the alert exactly 2 minutes after it came in because we did not receive the auto closure. The next item we have here, let me go back to my integrations, and I'm going to go back to my distribution rules, and this time I'm going to use the email one. And for this option, I am going to wait for multiple events, and again, this means we have to receive more than one event before the alert is created. And you can set how many events you want to receive before the alert is created. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and set this to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and set this to just 1 minute. So I have to receive 2 events in a 1 minute period, or else the alert will not be created. So I'm going to go ahead and save this again. And the next thing is I'm going to go ahead and send in some email events. So I've sent in the first one there, and we'll see this come in. So we'll see right here it says event count not reached, meaning I've only received 1 within the 1 minute period. So if I go ahead and send in a second one, we'll see this new event come in as well. And then at that point, we've reached the event count, so the second one is actually creates an alert and sends it out to your team. Now, my last and final option here, if I go back to my distribution rules, is the deduplication. So when an event activates the distribution rule and generates a signal, we want to block all subsequent events from generating a signal. So if I go ahead and turn this on, and I again give it a time period, and this time I'm going to once again give it a 1 minute time period, I'm going to go ahead and save that. However, we also give you the option to set a parameter to automatically bypass this deduplication, meaning that if this parameter is set and it comes into the event, we are going to receive that alert every single time, even if it's in this 1 minute period. So in that case, you can choose any one of these parameters. And for my choice, I'm going to go ahead and choose a custom parameter. And in this case, it's going to be severity. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send in a new event. So this new event comes in, and we can see this new event there. So it comes in with the critical problem, the database is unavailable, and severity of 16. So if I send in another one with the same exact information in it, we'll see this option come through, and we'll see that it is duplicate suppressed. However, if I send in a third one, and this time the severity is changed, we will actually see this new one create an alert as well and get signaled because my severity has changed, which is the option I set inside of my deduplication settings. Now, once the 1 minute is up, every event will be processed and create an alert again until we again hit the duplicate options here. And these are the new options included inside of our SIGNL4 December 2024 new release. Thank you and have a good day. Goodbye.